We move on from the Ravens to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this pick, I told y'all backstage, this pick might, well, hold on. Okay, cool. This pick might come out of left field, but my pick is in. And with the 15th pick, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selecting Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon. Now, here's why.
Ding
First of
ding
all,
ding ding ding.
super receiver threat at tight end, which I don't think the Bucks really have. K. Dotton, solid out of Washington. But for some reason, he just doesn't get it done for them. Devin Cope, another receiving tight end, doesn't get it done. But I think those are two solid run blockers as well. You get a guy who, to me, is the best tight end prospect since Kyle Pitts. So super athletic tight end, really good hands, make plays. I think they get him here, and he's going to be a security blanket for Baker. They lost Mike Evans, so why not get a tight end threat who is super, super athletic? AJ, your pick is in.
Again,
Okay,
man, we here.
cool.
We got the
Cool.
same pick, man. I got Sadiq right here, tight end out of Oregon, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This man runs a 4.39 40. That boy, athletic monster. Great vertical threat, great after the catch, can play all over the field. I just think he's the perfect piece for the Buccaneers. I think he could be a game changer for those guys in their passing offense. Um, I just think it's the perfect fit. I don't even think that's a left field pick. I think that pick literally falls in their lap, given the teams that pick above them and the teams that pick after them. I think they're in the best position to go and get a guy like that, unless you go down to, you know, maybe you get to, maybe the Panthers or maybe Philly if they're looking to move on from Goddard. But I don't think teams above them will reach at a tight end. So I think it's the perfect spot for them to go and get Sadiq.
I agree, Kev.
Clean sweep. Clean
Bet.
sweep. I don't see. I mean, all most of their needs this draft is so deep at, and I don't see them going and getting my guy from Miami from the U. You know what I'm saying? Getting the edge because a lot of people talk about his age and a lot of other things going on with him, which I think he's
Akeem
good.
Messador. Is that what
Yeah,
you're talking about?
Matador. Kendrick Falk, I don't see them going after him either right now. So yeah, Kansas City, they can't pass on him. Again, they got to replace the wide receiver. All the receivers off the board, but Baker Mayfield loves his tight ends. And you get Baker a tight end like that, what?
Yeah, I
It's no
agree.
brainer. Like it's nothing to talk about. That is
All
what.
right. So clean sweep. Didn't expect that, but we'll move on from the Bucks to the Jets, second first round pick. And I will say this: for as bad as the Jets have been, the Jets kind of don't miss on first round picks. Like they actually
Mm.
been kind of hitting for real, for real. And my pick is in, and I have them going Avion Terrell, cornerback out of Clemson. Another guy who I think is another sticky man corner. I think he's a top five corner in this draft. Now, I do think that he can be a guy as well that can have problems looking in that backfield, even though I don't think he's like the greatest tackler. So I don't know why he does that. But I love Avion Terrell. I think he kind of had a slip up of a season last year, but that doesn't really take away from how good of a corner he is. AJ Terrell's brother, for those who don't know. I love it here. A guy who can get picks for the Jets who severely need them. And why not? You lost Sauce in the trade to the Colts. You get a DN on my block with David Bailey, and now you get a guy that can possibly be a ball hawk for you in Avion Terrell. AJ, pick is in for the Jets. Who do you have?
So I'm looking at my notes and I realized I made a bit of a mistake with this pick. So I'm gonna do a swap here, and when I get to the team that I'm swapping with this, then I'll talk about it when I get there. Um, so for the Jets at 16, I'm gonna go safety out of Oregon. I'm gonna go
Dylan.
Dylan. What is his name? Dylan
Thielman.
Thielman.
Mm-hmm.
Thielman. There you go. I'm gonna go Dylan Thielman. Like I said, I think they need another. I think they need another safety. I know they just got what's his name? Fitzpatrick. I think
Minka Fitzpatrick.
from the Mika Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins, but I think he's on his way out the door as well. So I think you need another guy that can come in, play alongside him, a guy that he can kind of mentor to be the next great safety for your football team. He's got elite hands, good ball skills for the position. 8 picks and 306 tackles in 3 seasons. Great work ethic. Just solid at making plays downhill behind the line of scrimmage. He jumps off the screen. So I had him going to another team, then I realized I kind of messed up because I had the Jets taking the same position earlier, so I had to flip that around last minute. So I got the Jets going Dillon right there instead of the other player that I'm gonna have to bring back to the other team that I got later on. So yeah, give me Dillon for the Jets.
If you in the college football chat, you know I love me some Dylan Thielman. I actually had him being defensive player of the year in the Big Ten over Caleb Downs, but I was wrong. Obviously, I was obviously wrong. But he had like 100 something tackles at Purdue his sophomore year. He's a baller. And shout out to you, Copyright Hoodie. You know what? If you're gonna make an edit for somebody, make an edit for Devontae Smith. He deserves one. Next,
that's fly. That's fly.
Kid.
I got them taking Spencer Fano. Them Jets. They need to boss up that O-line.
No matter.
Got to take the next best offensive lineman on the board. They can't. I got them taking Reese at the first pick. So they got to go O-line on this one. They can't pass on the O-line. I do like corner here. I'm not going to lie. I still got McCoy on my board. But I feel like injuries is going to let McCoy slide. I feel like a lot of teams, with those injuries, it takes like those GMs that have the space and leeway to take a chance on guys like that, in a sense, as far as like the injuries and stuff like that. There's only a few teams that can do that, and Jets aren't one of them. So, give me Fano.
All right, respect. So we're gonna move on to the Detroit Lions. Down year, just like my Ravens. Funny, the Ravens and the Lions kind of had like the same like endings the last 3 years. And if for those who don't know, I'm a Ravens fan. My mom is a Lions fan, so I just thought that was kind of a coincidence. But my pick is in for the Lions as I try to bring this up, and I actually have them going tackle here. I have them going Caden Proctor from Alabama. Now, Caden Proctor for surely a project, 100%. But I think Dan Campbell would turn Caden Proctor up in terms of his mindset. Like I think he will make Caden Proctor get that dog in him. He will pull it out of him, I should say. Now, Caden Proctor, he got some things he needs to work on. He has high upside, great measurables, but he needs to develop. I feel like Caden Proctor at times is a little slow with his feet. I think he has strong hands, but I think footwork could be developed. But I think this is where the Lions go because you got to protect Jared Goff. He's a pocket passer. He's not going to be making plays outside the pocket, so they go tackle here. And I think he'll learn from Penei Sewell, one of the best tackles in the league. AJ, who do you have for the Lions?
Not mad at that pick. I think you could definitely go offensive line. I went to the defensive side of the ball. I went C.J. Allen out of Georgia. I think that's a solid pick for them. Great at shedding blocks, great at diagnosing plays, and timing his blitzes through the A and B gaps. I think he's a plug-and-play starter caliber player. So I got them going there with the 17th pick.
Yes, I like C.J. Allen. I don't know if the Lions get him. I know they lost Anzalone, but I like Malcolm Rodriguez and Jack Campbell. Malcolm Rodriguez, if y'all remember, was like the 6th-round pick that ended up being a starter before Jack Campbell got there. I like them both, but I ain't mad at C.J. Allen. C.J. Allen is like a get ball guy.
Yep.
So I ain't mad at that. Kid, who do you have for the Lions?
Playmaker at the position.
Yeah. Kid,
Carl, we all one accord, my brother.
Oh, bet.
Caden Proctor is my pick. I think it's been rumors out there that Penei Sewell, they want to move him to left tackle, actually.
Yeah, it is.
So the other spot is going to open up. Caden Proctor, like you said, everything you said, like Dan Campbell, that's his type of guy. I feel like they mirror each other. Like he's the prototype of what Dan Campbell's looking for, and a guy like Dan Campbell will unleash some of the things that he needs to unleash in his game. So I think it's a perfect match, to be honest with you.
And super side note, let's not forget Alabama ran trick plays for him. He be in Detroit, where they're known for doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Fair.
So yeah. But from the Lions, we move on to a division rival. And again, shout out Vocal Vike. We move on to the Vikings on the clock. And I think I'm gonna do him justice with my pick. AJ got him going to Dallas. I got him going to Minnesota. I have them getting Dylan Thielman out of Oregon. Again, like AJ said, he's a baller, makes plays, has a nose for football, ball hawk, makes picks. I think his better asset is actually being a ball hawk, but he does have a nose to make tackles and stuff like that. But man, I feel like he's more athletic than people would give him credit for. I love Dylan Thielman out of Oregon, man, and I think he's a super playmaker to add to this defense who had a really good year last year. But I feel like the offensive need that the Vikings needed. I was thinking about a running back with Aaron Jones getting up there in age, but I think Jordan Mason is fine for the Vikings. I went safety here with Dylan Thielman. AJ, who do you have for the Vikings?
So we was here.
That's who you traded. That's who you changed for.
That's why I had to move because I realized I had the Jets taking an edge rusher early and late. So I was like, that's not gonna work. So I had to flip it last minute because I do think he works well for the Vikings and the Jets. Anybody that needs a safety after downs, I mean, that's a guy you go and get. So I flipped the pick and I got the Jets. And I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing this name. Edge rusher out of Miami.
The Vikings, by the way. Akeem Mesidor. You said Jets. You got the Vikings getting Akeem Mesidor.
Yeah, there it is. That's the one I flipped. So I got the Vikings getting Akeem Mesidor. Edge out of Miami. Great with his hands. Has a lot of power. He got speed coming off the line. Great motor. He does have some durability issues, some concerns there, some lingering foot injuries that he's had. But I think he's a solid pick for them. They might end up. It's been talked about for a while now that they're gonna trade Greenlaw or Jonathan Gennard from Minnesota. And so with that kind of being in the air, it kind of leads me to believe that you kind of got to go edge rusher in the draft if you're already looking to get rid of one of the elite ones that you have due to cap issues and things of that nature. So I still think he ends up getting traded, hopefully to Philly, maybe not draft day, but at some point. I still think he ends up getting traded, which leads me to believe that they go with Mesidor here at 18, get you another edge rusher to kind of fill that void.
Okay, Vikings, 18.
Carl, we're doing it again.
You got Dylan.
Thielman.
We could have all three of us could have been on the same court with that one, man.
Swept, AJ.
Man, could have swept.
I tell you, man, this is the perfect timing, perfect match for them. With Harrison Smith retiring, who's been there forever, and I forgot he was even there that long.
Man, he was there for a minute.
Perfect timing for a guy like this of this caliber to be on the board right now. This is like the Justin Jefferson of safeties, if you ask me. Like right now, him being there at 18. I think they took Jefferson at 18 too. It's the same pick, ain't it?
I'm confused. You hold on, not to cut you off. You said this is the Jettas of safeties. Is that a compliment or is that like?
That's a compliment.
We how you feel about Jettas?
No, with Kev, you don't know.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm not throwing no shit. I've been apologized about the Jettas thing, man.
Okay. I'm just checking. I'm
still number 2 though. We ain't number 1.
I mean, Jettas ain't go. I don't even know. Was Jettas a top 5 pick receiver?
No, he was like number 18.
No, yeah. No, I'm talking about in his group. Did he go 5 or 6?
He went like 4.
Because Rager got picked before him. CD got picked before him.
Don't remind me.
It was other guys that got picked in front of him.
It was.
Yeah.
I can't remember though.
I think it was like 5 or 6 guys.
But I'm just saying, as far as a talent like this being this far down the board, but you know, Jefferson was more of a sleeper. People weren't really all the way hip for, but yeah, this guy, man, he's just. I wish Philly could get him. I ain't gonna hold you. I would love to see him and Coop on the field together. You wouldn't, but I would. But this is a no-brainer.
All right, cool. So would have been a clean sweep, but we had some notes, some little mix-ups, but it's all gravy. We're gonna move on to the Carolina Panthers, and my pick is in for the Panthers. Bryce Young, shout out to him. He made the playoffs, but like I said on the R12 show. Still had 11 picks. Like, it wasn't a great season. Like, it was cool. It was better than we expected. But he still had 11 picks. Got to change that. But I think the Panthers go Spencer Fanu, tackle out of Utah, who actually won the I think he won the Remington or something like that. But he's also a guy that's in talks to move in the guard, so he has position versatility. But Spencer Fanu, like AJ said, great footwork, mirrors defenders. When he got his hands on you, really good. He got a little athleticism to him. strong hands. Could work on his strength, but he has a strong punch. But I love this pick here for the Panthers to help bolster that O-line, to help protect Bryce Young, give him a little bit of time. And I like the versatility here. AJ, who do you have for the Panthers?
I'm not muted. Okay, making sure. So this one gonna make you mad because you had this pick going to your Baltimore Ravens.
Oh,
But I got what is it? Vega. I can't pronounce it. I know they call him Vega though.
Oliver
Guard
Vega
from Penn
Ione.
Yep. There you go. From Penn State. So obviously super big guy, anchor in the offensive line, great in pass protection, great at recognizing twists and stunts and things of that nature, picking up defenders as they blitz and things of that nature. When I look at the Panthers, I think that the Panthers, oddly enough, could have made some noise in the playoffs last year if they just gave your boy Kev, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Bryce Young?
If they gave him, yeah, Bryce Young, if they gave him a little time, he was constantly, I don't know how he was able to make as many plays as he did because he was constantly under pressure. But hey, Bryce Young he's showing us something. He's showing us something. It's a gradual build with him right now. And I think if you bolster up that offensive line, you got some young receivers out there, you got some young playmakers on defense. I think that helps the Panthers get to another level and really be a threat to take their division. So I got Vega going here to the Panthers.
And I think that division is wide open, so I like it.
Yes.
Kev, pick for the Panthers.
This is the spot where if Lions was to go a different way, this is where Caden Parker, I think he doesn't get past the Panthers, to be honest with you. But Caden Parker's off my board. I think this is where a mini run on safety goes. And Emmanuel McNeil-Warren comes off the board and goes to play with our boy
JC.
Yes.
My boy.
That secondary is gonna be nice. But Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, I got him going to the Panthers. Looking at my board and what I got left, they could go Jerry McCoy, but again, they don't have the leeway, I don't think, to take that chance on him. So yeah.
Yeah, I like JC and Mike Jack, so I don't think they go Jamal McCoy either. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, though, I don't know. I mean, he's a good tackler, and he has a nose for football, but like in terms of C-ball and getting it. But I don't know.
I feel like the hype off of Quinion is going to bolster his stock.
I don't know though, bro. 19, that's kind of high.
That's not. I think he's definitely a first round talent. I wouldn't be mad if Philly got him either, to be honest.
I might be controversial in me saying this, but I like AJ Housey over Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. I mean, I was controversial over Nick Amore over Malachi Starks, and look how that turned out. But
yeah. But I mean, I like McNeil. I like his tape. I think dude. I think he's gonna transition well to the league.
Yeah, I ain't mad at the player. I don't know. I think 19 kind of high, but we'll move forward.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.